Let's go. We got Mo's best friend today. There it is. All right, I hope you took your Adderall because we got 7 minutes of plumbing to talk about here. But before we get to that, 30packjack.com. Open now, new designs. If ordered by 12/2, you will see it before Christmas. Tell your sister you want a shirt under the tree. Back to plumbing, 30packjack.com. We're going to be doing an underground, Massachusetts style. In commercial, we don't use PVC. We use cast iron and copper. We're going to be putting the first 10 feet through the foundation wall, getting the link seal on there, and pitch the pipe. Once the pipe is pitched, lock her down. I know a lot of you people tell me to use this on the residential setting, but this cost me $127 with shipping, and the donut that I use cost me $7. Every dollar amount matters on a residential build. The year, it's 1912. The light bulb just got invented. Hot water's just hitting the market, and we're doing a cast iron underground. And we're going to do it in service weight, too. Easy tight gaskets. I won't do an underground service weight without somebody finding me easy tight gaskets. If you're going to send me dual tight, I'm going to throw them back at you, and we'll just lead and oakum the system. Fuck it. I want to show Mo that you can actually put 4-inch, 3-inch, and 2-inch together by hand with a little bit of muscle. But we're also going to use a bar. We're going to show him every option. If you can't get it in with muscle, grab the bar, pinch it in. But this isn't the UA. We don't have to be here for 8 hours. We get in, we get out. Moving on to a Massachusetts wet vent. This 4-inch short sweep's going to be picking up a toilet with a 4x2Y stuffed in it, picking up a lav. There is a sentence in the code that says short sweeps will only serve one fixture. It was pointed out to me by an inspector in my last video. But a long sweep would have gave me too much. I would have been too high. I probably should. Nah, forget it. They should change the code to it could serve more than one fixture as long as it's no more than 2 fixture units. That would be a good add to the code because a sweep's a sweep's a sweep. We're going to be using bricks to get this thing solid because the virgin soil's down below where we lay in the pipe. Sounds like some P. Diddy shit right there. But we're going to get down to the good stuff, lay the block, and then we're going to cover the new pipe with some dirt halfway up, and we're going to chink it. My very first underground, the guy told me to go chink the pipe, and I didn't know what he was talking about. Turns out you got to turn the shovel around and use the handle and smash it in between the pipe to get some dirt underneath it. That's called chinking the pipe. It's nothing racist. I'm not a fan of using no-hub clamps in the ground only because I'm like the solder guys to ProPress, all right? I'll never do ProPress because I'm only solder. I'll never do a MJ clamp in the ground because I've never done it before. No, I think I did it once. I had a lot of leaks, but that's probably because I suck. But I will tell you that I've never seen a service weight gasket leak. I've seen fittings with sand holes in them, but that could happen either way. We're rocking the scissor cutter because when you cut in lengths, this is the cutter to use, and we're going to brick the ends so it goes inside of the gaskets a little bit easier. It's beveling the ends. Here's a for instance that you'll never push in. It doesn't matter if it's easy tight or dual tight. If you got nothing holding back on the fitting, you'll never get this thing to go in. It's all about leverage, and I want to teach Mo leverage. If you're using the bar, you got to put one behind the fitting and one on the face. But if you can, I just flip the fittings up, put a brick underneath the ear, and then push down into it. Once you get the whole system together, as you see here, then you can just lay it down in the dirt, pitch it, and get it to where you want it to be. One way or another, the shit's going to move around, whether you're using 2 bars or you're just putting a bunch of fittings together. The layout's the key. Once you get it laid out, the pieces cut, put it together, and then just get it to your pinpoints. End of story. What else can we talk about? We got 3 minutes left. I'm trying to think of everything the comment section's going to pick apart, and I'm trying to mention it in here, and if I don't, the test balloon that I use at the end I'll mail it to you. We're going to watch Mo force a little 3-inch in, struggle a little bit, walk over to the snap cutter, get his next piece. As you can see, I raised everything up, and we're pushing down into the ground because it won't move. TY, that's going to vent the mop sink. This is going to look up, straight, dry, on its back. I do think in the new code, they're asking you to use Y and 8 if you're going to flat vent across. It's not even flat. You're going to pitch it. But if you're not coming up directly in a wall and you got to lay a TY on its side, not on its side, above the center line, and 45 it, I believe they want you to use Y and 8 now. We got to stop changing the code. Stick to one thing. My God, I can't even speak right anymore about this shit. But luckily, I got a few inspectors that'll correct me on the side. Bunch of gentlemen. Here we are using the Polar. I do own one. Listen, like I said, I'm going to show Mo every situation that we possibly can get into and get out of. Unless I don't have the tool on my truck, and I'm going to show you how to get out of that situation as well. So we used the pole, we used the bar, and now I'm making them push them back in together. You just feel accomplished at the end of the day, like a gent. This is going to be the 4-inch riser. It's going to go through the roof as the vent stack, but also pick up a bathroom on the second floor. Not to worry, the concrete floor is held down from the 2x6 on top of the foundation wall, so the mop sink is 21 inches from the floor to the trap wear, and the toilet was around 12. So I know maybe somebody might call me out on that. Now we're moving on to testing it. We got a 10-foot head. I used PVC just for the head pressure, and Mo's got the Portuguese hoe. I tried to tell him to stay away from the thing, but he just can't help himself. We're pumping up the long dong, and we're going to be filling her up with water. And we're also laying the hose bib in the ground instead of doing it on the rough, because then we would have to figure out how to get from the water meter room across the barn down to the other garage door. While it's still dirt, we can lay out type K, because that's what's going to be in the ground, type K. Throw some Armaflex on it, and I get to save on hangers and Mo's time on a ladder. I probably saved around 4 hours by doing it in less than an hour. Time is cheaper than material. Remember that. Filling up the cast iron, because somebody was like, I don't believe that stuff holds water. Well, guess what? 10 feet ahead. She's full. Turn it off. Inspector's on the way. We got 125 PSI inside, right here. Yep, 125 PSI inside the hose bib. I'm sure I forgot to talk about something on here, and you guys will remind me in the comment section. That is the long dong I will be mailing you. That, my friends, is a small Massachusetts commercial underground. Talk shit about my tie-in. Go ahead. I dare you. We're also going to put the windshield washer fluid in the P-trap for the winter.